I know that I'm not the only one who's sick and tired of starting pitchers being coddled and protected like they're still in high school. When the trend started, it was noticeably bad, but now it's just out of control. It's easily my biggest gripe about baseball nowadays, especially because I follow pitchers far more than I follow hitters. I literally watch baseball games based on who's pitching that day. If given the choice to watch the Dodgers with Kenta Maeda pitching or Tyler Glasnow and the Rays, there's a good chance I'm going to watch the Rays that day. And most of you know that the Dodgers are my team, so that's saying something. But this goes far beyond personal annoyances, and it actually impacts baseball's nationwide popularity, which baseball is failing at miserably. Everyone has an opinion on pace of play and ways to speed it up. My first solution starts with pitching. It has less to do with batters taking too much time in the batter's box or pitchers taking too long between pitches. Although I have noticed that relievers take the most time between pitches. And therein lies my point. It all starts with pitching and it ends with pitching. I know for a fact that if Sandy Koufax or Nolan Ryan were pitching today and they weren't on pitch counts, the games would be over in far less than 3 hours. Why? Because most of the game nowadays are spent subbing in relief pitchers from the fourth inning on. Baseball wants to add pitch clocks and other nonsensical things to mess up the national pastime, but I say take advice from the decades before and stop babying starting pitchers. Guys like Kershaw, Bumgarner, Scherzer, Kluber, Verlander, King Felix, Cole Hamels, and Chris Sale are becoming a dying breed and the last true generation of starting pitchers. Pitch counts have slowed the game down, and honestly, when the starting pitcher that I'm watching comes out of the game, I switch to another game more times than not. I've even seen it at ball games. After the starter comes out, after the 5th or 6th inning, people start to leave. I can recall Kershaw in his prime. Dodger fans, no matter how notorious they are for leaving early, they would actually stay until Kershaw finished his games. I know it was the same with Cliff Lee in Philadelphia or Justin Verlander in Detroit 10 or 11 years ago. It doesn't matter how much baseball norms inevitably change, there'll never be a substitute for good starting pitching. We're hearing about the opener now, and whenever I hear about the opener, honestly, I just roll my eyes because it's stupid. It's stupid and it has no place in the game if you ask me. I loved Madison Bumgarner's response to the opener in spring training. He told Bruce Bochy he'll refuse to pitch after an opener, and that's why I love pitchers like Madison Bumgarner. Someone's got to stand up for the old way of pitching. We've gone from 200 plus pitches a starter to less than 100 on most occasions nowadays. Complete games are a pipe dream now, and in 5 years, a starter will be praised if he can only get through 4 innings. There's nothing like a rotation of pitchers dominating throughout a season. It brings fans to the ballpark, it fuels a ball club, and it can even be remembered in history. Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox, Halladay, Lee, and Hamels, Verlander, Cole, Keuchel, and McCullers, Kluber, Bauer, Carrasco, and Clevenger, DeGrom, Syndergaard, and Wheeler. I'm actually becoming a fan of the Braves' future pitching. Max Fried, Mike Soroka, Foltynewicz, inevitably Kyle Wright, and whoever else they decide to call up. It's almost like there's no pride in being a starter anymore, and the coddling has affected the game more and more. How many times have you heard, "Oh man, when I was a kid, I grew up watching insert pitcher"? When you're a pitcher, the spotlight is on you, and I've always been enamored and respected a great starting pitcher. I've never been a fan of Max Scherzer, but damn it, each and every year I respect him more and more because of the legacy he's carving. Kids in Washington, D.C. are going to want to be the next Max Scherzer. But after he's gone, who's it going to be? Think about it. It's kind of scary. Who will they have to look up to after the Verlanders and Kershaws are gone? Maybe the Aaron Nolas and the Walker Buehlers, but they aren't even allowed to finish games. I don't know, maybe it'll be fine. but I don't think pitching will ever get back to what it used to be, and that's a shame. What do you guys think about the state of starting pitching? Do you guys think it's in good hands, or do you think it's dying a quick death? Let me know in the comments down below.